I'm in 9632 Belfry Ct in Dayton, Ohio. On a sanitary lateral inspection for the purchase of a home. I apologize for the noise, but as you can see, I'm right next to an AC unit, and it's 90 plus degrees outside today, so it's probably going to be running most of the time that I'm trying to narrate this video. And there's also a pretty busy road here next to it. And so, but what we're doing here is a sanitary lateral inspection for the purchase of a home. We're looking for any structural issues, root intrusion, anything that may be of concern to the buyer. The access point here is a clean out right in between the units there, and it has a sweep on it, which means it will only go out towards the main, but the bathroom is basically on the other side of that wall. Maybe there's a closet in between, but this is the only access, so we're just limited, but it will allow us to go out to the main. Based off the age, this should be PVC. I did run a ton of water, multiple fixtures to not only to test the line, but I also had to flush a little locator down the toilet so that I could actually find out where the line went, so I can uncover this access point. And so the interior stuff has been at least flow tested, and most of the issues we find are on the exterior. And so this should be PVC all the way out, like I mentioned. And so far, I don't see any indication of anything. A lot of times, well, with the amount of water I ran, if there was any low spots or anything, it will highlight it. The water will sit in those low spots. It's one of the most common things we see in PVC lines of this age. If we find any issues, it's usually a low spot. So far, the line looks great. Looks like there's a connection here, right at the main. There's the main. So, I am going to, I think I'm dropping into the main here, based off of the footage, but I am going to pull back, and I'm going to mark those two spots because it looks like a cracked offset, which is pretty strange to see as far as we are all the way out at the main at 76 feet. But I'm going to mark those two offsets because it does look like there are broken connections. It's not affecting flow, but there is damage to the pipe. All the rest of it looked good. You can see this is where we went over to probably where the municipality takes over, or at least where the developer had put in a different type of PVC. Have you can see the offset off to the right, and it looks like the line, like the hub is broke. So I'm going to locate this right here. I'm going to refer this to a plumber, to a licensed plumber, for a quote and their opinion on whether or not this should be dug up and repaired. But it is definitely damaged. So I'm going to pause the video and locate exactly where this is. Okay, so this is marked 3'8", and this goes out from the clean out. And I guess if you're facing it from the main road, it would be going to the right. You're going over past the neighboring unit and out. And there's a green flag marking it. It is 3'8" deep. And And so again, this should be handled by the homeowners association as far as the repair if needed, since it is outside. But we, obviously going to recommend this be forwarded to a licensed plumber for their evaluation. And so we have one at 54 feet, and then another one at 51 feet. Looks like one section of pipe, maybe there was a Fernco used or something in the connection for some reason. Maybe there was an issue during installation, but it looks like this piece of pipe is shifted, and that's where you have a crack at two consecutive joints. So I'm going to pause the video one more time and get a locate for this, and then finish the inspection. Okay, this spot is 3 foot 10 inches deep to the invert. That is the inside bottom of the pipe. Looks like one section of pipe is fallen. It is not that deep, but you can see again it looks like the hub snapped on one side. It doesn't look like it's affecting flow at this point, but it could obviously sink and get worse over time. And so that was at 51 feet and 54 feet, so about a 3 foot section of PVC that was damaged, or at least the joints on either end of that 3 foot section. But the rest of the line looks great. This is all in wonderful shape. The chances are they didn't, if that's been there since the units were built, they haven't noticed. Like I mentioned earlier, the clean out was buried, and so it's never been accessed. So I assume that means there's never been any problem with flow. But this should be the responsibility of the homeowners association, since it is on the exterior of the house. So the line looked good overall, and it is open and flowing. But there is two sections, or I should say one section of pipe, two joints at 51 feet and 54 feet that have damaged couplings, connections there that are at least snapped on one side and could cause future issues. But yeah, other than that, the line looked good and it is open and flowing. Like I said, that would probably just want to be handled. If the homeowners association doesn't want to do it now, you should at least find out if they're responsible for anything. If problems arise in the future. So that'll end the inspection at 9632 Belfry Court in Dayton, Ohio.